What if your hair just kept growing forever?
It's a bizarre thought, right? Most of us take hair care for granted.
But hair isn't just dead keratin. It's part of a complex biological process.
Every strand undergoes a growth cycle: anagen, catagen, and telogen.
On average, human hair grows about ½ an inch each month.
That's 6 inches a year, or roughly 5 feet in a decade, if left untouched.
Meet Leo. He's decided to embark on a no-cut hair journey. Initially, it's liberating.
For the first few months, the change is subtle. Longer, perhaps a bit unruly, but manageable.
Angles become a daily battle.
Hair cuticles can snag, especially when dry or damaged, leading to knots. Without regular trimming, split ends travel up the hair shaft, weakening it.
As Leo's hair grows, brushing becomes a significant chore, taking longer and longer.
Hygiene becomes a major challenge. The scalp produces natural oils, sebum. Longer hair means more surface area for these oils, dirt, and pollutants to accumulate.
Washing becomes an ordeal. Rinsing out shampoo and conditioner is increasingly difficult.
Consider the sheer weight. Hair isn't weightless, especially when wet.
Sleeping becomes uncomfortable. Tossing and turning can cause painful pulling on the scalp.
By the time it reaches your waist, hair can weigh a pound or more. Imagine that weight constantly.
Mobility issues arise. Hair can get caught indoors, snag on objects, or become a tripping hazard. Historically, extreme hair length was often a symbol of status or spiritual devotion.
But there are also medical conditions, like Rapunzel syndrome, where swallowed hair forms a mass.
Socially, extremely long hair can draw unwanted attention, both positive and negative.
While hair offers some natural protection, its primary function isn't extreme length.
Everyday tasks become a strategic maneuver to avoid damaging or trapping the hair.
Without trims, hair becomes increasingly brittle and prone to breakage, especially at the ends.
The older the hair, the more exposure to environmental stressors, increasing damage.
Dressing and undressing transforms into a careful, time-consuming process.
The scalp itself can suffer. Constant pulling from heavy hair can lead to traction alopecia.
This condition causes hair loss due to sustained tension on the follicles.
Essentially, the follicle gets tired of holding on to the heavy hair and gives up.
Indoor environments become challenging. Low-hanging fixtures, furniture, even door frames.
Long hair also becomes a magnet for debris, dust, lint, and even small insects.
It can become a miniature ecosystem, harboring all sorts of unwanted guests.
Eating becomes an exercise in careful management, trying to keep hair out of food.
While hair needs nutrients to grow, once it leaves the scalp, it's essentially dead tissue. So, the idea that long hair drains your body of nutrients is largely a myth.
However, the physical burden and constant maintenance drain energy and time.
The toll on your hands and arms from the sheer effort of care would be immense.
Most hair strands have a finite lifespan, falling out naturally after a few years.
So even if you never cut it, you wouldn't accumulate an infinite length of hair. Using the holographic display, we can visualize the three main phases of hair growth. This brings us to the concept of terminal length, which is highlighted here.
Pro, vesnuletje, doak.
Notice how the stress on the follicles directly correlates with the reported tension. This pulling is what causes the associated discomfort and headaches.
This is precisely how the long strands of our DNA can become tangled, affecting replication.
Magnified view clearly shows the structural damage. The cortex is exposed, leading to this frayed, damaged appearance we call a split end.
This infographic clearly maps the stages of hair regeneration. But notice here the increasing levels of difficulty.
To maintain peak biological efficiency, we recommend regular trims. This cutting motion stimulates regeneration